Understanding Monterey's behavior expectations is an important part of becoming a plainsman. Our expectations address how you treat each other and the teacher, as well as how you operate in the classroom and common areas. We have high expectations for your behavior, and we want to be sure that you know and understand what's expected of you. These expectations will allow you to feel more confident, engaged, and connected to MHS. They also make it easier for teachers to recognize positive behaviors and to correct misbehaviors early to keep small problems small. We have 5 big expectations for you to follow, and this video will help clarify what each one looks like and sounds like. Our first big expectation is be on time. Simply put, being on time matters. It communicates whether others can trust you and rely on you. It's a lifelong habit we want to help you develop. When the bell rings, you'll have 5 minutes to get to the next class. If you make it on time, great. If you don't, however, you need to know what happens next. When the tardy bell rings, teachers close their classroom doors. Don't knock for entry. Instead, go to the nearest Be On Time station. There, you'll use your badge to document that you're tardy, and then a teacher will escort you to class. Our teachers understand that they don't admit students to class after the tardy bell rings unless that person is escorted by an adult or has a pass explaining why they are tardy. If a student is tardy 5 or more times, he or she is assigned to 1 day of after-school detention. However, it's easy to avoid detention. Just be on time. Our second big expectation is when you are in class, cell phones must be off and out of sight. We know you need to carry your cell phone with you if you have one. We understand that sometimes you might need to send a text to someone to let them know you're staying after school for tutoring or athletics. We understand that there might be an emergency and you need to contact a friend or family member. However, those instances will not be permitted during instruction. Too often, cell phones distract students from learning, and this year especially, we need to make the most of every face-to-face moment. You will be allowed to use your cell phone before and after school, during lunch, during passing periods, and with teacher permission in the event of an emergency. Behavior expectation number 3 explains that ID badges must be worn front and center. This means your badge needs to be hung around your neck on a lanyard or attached to your shirt with a clip at all times. Sometimes you might be tempted to keep your badge in your backpack or in a pocket, but unless your badge can be easily seen, it doesn't help adults identify who should be on our campus and who should not. You will need to scan your badge at lunch this year because we are eliminating the keypad as a touch point. Badges for freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors will be color-coded and oriented differently in order for adults to identify upperclassmen and lowerclassmen. Finally, this year you have the opportunity to upload your own ID photo, following acceptable guidelines, of course. Directions concerning photo IDs can be found under the Information for Students tab on this website. At Monterey, we want to give you the academic and social skills you need to have success in mainstream educational and professional institutions. Learning to adapt your behavior across situations and cultures, no matter what culture you come from, what culture you are going to, or the situation you find yourself in, is called situational appropriateness. It's fitting in without giving in. When we say public place, public voice at MHS, we mean we want you to determine the most appropriate language and behavior for any situation without losing important aspects of your identity. The final expectation definitely needs some clarifying. Big expectation number 5, follow dress code. We know that many of our incoming freshmen attended middle schools that required school uniforms. So this might be the first time in a long time that you can choose what you wear to school each day. Let's look at some examples and non-examples to be sure that everyone understands Monterey's dress code policy and is prepared for the first day. First, let's start with some examples that are perfectly fine. At Monterey, we allow students to express their individuality. For example, your hair can be blonde, black, brown, red, blue, long, short, etc. You can have a beard or be clean shaven. You can stand out or you can blend in if you prefer. The choice is yours. Our expectation is that students should be well groomed and your appearance should not be distracting. However, in order to provide a safe and productive learning environment, we do have some specific expectations that you need to understand and follow. Let's talk about those now. Number 1, bandanas or any clothing that might suggest gang affiliation may not be worn to school. Number 2, tank tops or shirts that expose the midriff, that's your tummy region, must be covered with another shirt or jacket. Number 3, profanity or inappropriate images on t-shirts are not permitted. If you come to school in a tank top or an inappropriate t-shirt, you'll be asked to change into an MHS shirt for the remainder of the day. Finally, this year, all plainsmen must wear a mask during the school day. You'll receive one reusable cloth mask on the first day of school, but you may wear a personal mask in accordance with the dress code standards already discussed. So there you have it, Monterey's 5 big behavior expectations. We'll be on the lookout for students who follow the rules and continue Monterey's tradition of excellence. When we see students following the guidelines, we acknowledge it with Team Blue cards. Your parents or guardians will be sent a postcard in the mail telling them how you are doing an excellent job at school. Your name will also be entered into a drawing for prizes given away each Friday. Thanks for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you at Monterey.